to 13, 13 or 13-2, usually to 13 to 13-2, 13-2 to 14 hands. We'll explain more of that to you when the time comes. So they'll be competing for the Pullman Perpetual Trophy, donated by Mr. Grant R. Pullman for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack over 12-2 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. Our judge, once again, will be Mrs. Marianne Bullpit. And then we move into special class. We have the Open Girl Rider, 6 years and under 9. So we have the Girl Rider classes, and then we move into the special class 590, the Australian National Champion Reserve Champion Galloway Hack. And it carries with it special class 590, the Jeff Wooden Memorial Perpetual Trophy, donated by the late H.G. Wooden for the Australian National Champion Galloway. Galloways measure 14 to 15 hands in height. And our judge will be Amanda Peters. Then we continue on with Welsh ponies, and again, Girl Rider classes leading right up to the 3:10, 10 past 3, the Australian National Champion Reserve Champion Hack. Now, they also will be competing for the Mackay Memorial Perpetual Cup, donated by the late Margaret Pennyfather and Jamie Mackay in memory of the late J.K. Ken and Phil Mackay for the Australian National Champion Hack. A wonderful man, was ringmaster here for many years, and we'll let you know more of the history. And Helen Hagney from will be judging that. Helen's been judging the hack classes, and what a great honour I know it is for her to be invited here this year. There'll also be Special Class 579, the J.D. McLeod Memorial Perpetual Prize for the Australian National Champion Hack as well. So a big afternoon coming up today, and then later on this evening we had polo teams. We have the Sydney Royal Horse Show Police Musical Ride. We have also the rodeo tonight. Look, it's going to be a huge night tonight. And tent pegging tonight as well, with 5 teams. We'll let you know more about that when the time gets closer. So we have a team from the Light Horse. This is a very special year because we have, and we'll be presenting, as I said, a tribute to the Light Horse and those Anzacs celebrating, or not celebrating, but paying tribute to the 100 years. The men and women, the families that made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy the freedom we enjoy in Australia today. So sit back, relax, enjoy your afternoon. And we have show dumping about to, well, won't be far away. Tim Drebman, a big afternoon of show dumping as well. And it's nice to welcome Tim here as well. His first year announcing at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Angus. Yes, we've got a fill-in class, so we'll keep it reasonably brief with our coverage of the show jumping this afternoon, but we will look forward to presenting it to you. It is a Group A competition, a Group B competition, run under Table A, Article 238, 2.1. It's a 1 round against the clock for our junior competitors. And they're out there at the moment, walking the course, learning where they've got to go. There's 2 combinations on the course, 4A and 4B, and 8A and 8B. The length of the course is 400 metres. The time allowed is 69 seconds. The winner of the class will be the horse rider combination with the least number of penalties and the quickest time in the first round of competition. So we wish our competitors the best of luck here today out here for our junior show jumping competition. And we wish all of our junior riders the best of luck. Their second class here today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason why Tim just said that we'll try and keep the commentary down with regarding the show dumping is the fact that when we commence the presentation for all our champions today, it's going to be streamed around the world. It's going worldwide, and all parts of Australia and right around the world. So it will be a great pleasure to welcome people from all parts of Australia and right around the world in fact, to thank you to Mr. Bill Pickin, our ringmaster, John Bennett, the deputy ringmaster, and the chair of the horse committee, Denise Ovens, and the ring committee. They are allowing, for the first time since I've been here in 21 years, to actually the names of the exhibits and the names, those that name the name of the horse, the name of the, we'll go back to the breastplate number, the name of the exhibit, and the who's nominated will be actually on the screen for you to watch as they compete here this afternoon. Now, they've already been judged, so we are not influencing the judge at all. It's been judged, the classes, and they've been announced right throughout the show. So we'll be keeping it brief. We certainly won't be saying anything about Supreme Champions or paying tribute to that. It'll be just an introduction of those wonderful exhibits as they present themselves before you this afternoon. And Also, the wonderful prizes. We have White Horse Equestrian, that is sponsoring our reserve champion for our champion pony hack, not exceeding 12 hands. There's a garland supported by the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales and products prize supported by Oakwood Products. Just while we're waiting, we'll take another special message from our sponsors here in the Spotless Stadium.
Well, we've got our first of our competitors making their way out into the arena for the first of our classes after the lunchtime break. This is class number 514, the Welsh Stallion, section A, B, C or D. And in front of our judge, Mrs. Sarah Barker, down here. And we welcome all of our competitors. Three beautiful Welsh stallions. They can come from A, B or C or D from the section there. In class number 514, the first of our classes, over in front of the big screen.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, the Welsh Pony of Cob Society of Australia was formed in 1969. They purchased their own offices in Essendon and Victoria. And they also, the first volume of the Society stud book was established and published in 1973. The stud book contains 4 sections: the Welsh Mountain Pony Section A, the Welsh Pony Section B, the Welsh Pony of Cob Type Section C, the Welsh Cob Section D, and of course they also cater to for the Welsh Partbreds as well. So it's wonderful to see the beautiful Welsh ponies that we have the pleasure of seeing here. Mr. John Wilde is here today too for a very special presentation. And we also welcome, see Mr. Joe Best down there this afternoon, who's assisting our judge, Sarah Barker. So welcome to him. Mr. Graham Sharp, who's the counsellor in charge. And Graham, he comes from up at Armidale. And Graham is an accountant and also financial advisor, so it's lovely to have him here as well. In charge of the show dumping, Tim, we have a very special man and his son, who's come out from Europe to look after the show jumping as well.
We certainly do. Great to have Chief Steward of Show Jumping and Counsellor, Mr. Graham Davey, here, looking after all the show jumping throughout the show. Our Chief Timekeeper is Mr. Brett Davey, and there are plenty of other people there as well, making the show jumping function. Course designer is international course designer, Mr. Werner Deeg. We're also assisted by stewards, Mr. Philip Ward, mentioned Brett, Mr. Simon Barry, Mr. David Chittick, Mr. Jamie Kelly, and Mrs. Jenny Carrero. And our judge is Mr. Hona Yu from Singapore. So a German course designer, Singapore judge, and a crew of many helpers that make the show jumping work.
And also we welcome Mr. James Bell down there too. James comes from Armidale District, New South Wales. James is down there stewarding in front of the big screen for the Welsh ponies as well. So welcome, James. Hello, gentlemen, up here in front of the members stand and in front of the starter stand where the Australian National Champion and Reserve Champion pony hack not exceeding 12 hands will be judged. We welcome our judge, Marianne Bulpett, and also Mr. Peter Eggleton is the steward. Pete's Gracia from out near Tamworth, Manila Way. We welcome Jane Doust and Mrs. Kay Brennan. So welcome to all those. And we welcome our green coat mounted stewards too. And also Simon's going down with the camera. Great to see Simon and the boys that look after our needs with the camera as well here. And Tim, they do a fantastic job, don't they?
They most certainly do. We love seeing all of the team from Screen Corp here as a part of our production of the 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, everything's just about in readiness today. And down there, if you're wondering about the ladies with the white coats on, well, right around the arena you can see our official photographers. And our official photographers, we welcome them all here this afternoon in the Welsh ponies and also down here for our magnificent event about to take place for the Australian National Champion and Reserve Champion pony hack not exceeding 12 hands. Well, to tell you all about these pony hacks too, as they are just going out before our judge and just warming up on the circle, we'll cross down now to the lovely Carol Hugan. Carol, ladies and gentlemen, comes from the Hunter Valley of New South Wales. Carol's just returned from Canada, where she was over there in a bush poetry. She is invited to other parts of the world where she presents bush poetry. And Carol has been a very successful equestrian competitor herself, competing at the Royal Shows for many, many years. And it's certainly a pleasure to work with her here, with Tim and Carol and myself presenting the Sydney Royal Easter Show for 2015. So we'll cross down to Carol Hugan.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane. Well, this is the moment these young riders, their families, their friends, their instructors have all been waiting for. First of all, they had to qualify to come to the Royal Easter Show. They do that by gaining placings at their own agricultural shows in their own area. Then the big trip here to the Sydney Royal and all the packing and organising that goes with it. Then they come out and compete in their various classes. Today is the moment all those class winners compete against each other for the chance of being the Australian National Champion and Reserve Pony Hack not exceeding 12 hands. There are actually 5 classes eligible for the winners to compete in this class. One particular pony has won 2 of those classes, so we have 4 contenders out here at the moment. The Shetland pony, the open pony not exceeding 11 hands, the open pony 11-2 not exceeding 12 hands, and the open pony 12 hands not exceeding 12-2, and the child's pony not exceeding 12 hands, ridden by a child under 17 years. So what happens now? Our judge, Ms. Marianne Bulpett, was Marianne McMahon, a very, very successful competitor in ponies, hacks, Galloways. She's been a wonderful rider. She's had some of the top ponies all over the state and various royals, etc. Very knowledgeable lady. So they get a chance to just have a little warm-up out on the arena to get the feel of it. Some of these ponies qualified a day or 2 ago, and it's nice to just come out again and have a little ride around to settle the nerves for both the pony and the riders. Then they will be paraded in front of our judge, and then each one will be given an individual workout. Now, with hacking, slightly different to dressage, we don't know what we're going to do until we come out here. It is entirely at the discretion of the judge as to the workout she requires. And often she will give that workout to our stewards that are so capable down here and give those directions on to the young riders. You'll see a lot of waving of hands around while they work out where they're going, what they've got to do, and then it's on with the job. And each one will go out and perform the same workout, but they have a little bit of discretion as exactly where they place it and how they do it. And then at the end of that workout, our judge will probably have a closer look, because you get a very different perspective down here where the ponies are rather than up in the stands. Down here you can see all the little detail, all the things that add up to being a champion. So while the riders are just being given their instructions, and our judge, beautifully attired today in a one-piece navy dress with navy and cream matching attachment. Here comes the first of our contenders, and this is the Shetland Pony Exhibit 1262, Kimber Crisp, owned by Corrine Collins and Andrew James of Darnham in Victoria. They were the winners of class number 597, and the rider today is Bryony Lee. So we watch them work out, walking, trotting in either direction. The judge looking very closely at the way the pony moves, its presence, its show ring personality, its correct paces, the way that it's built, the way that it's conformed or put together. So all of these are very big, important parts. Sees it in the 3 paces: walk, trot, and canter, and whatever other variations within those that she might require. As we said, from Class 597, the Shetland Pony, comes exhibit number 1262, Kimber Crisp, owned by Corrine Collins and Andrew James from Darnham in Victoria, and ridden by Bryony Lee. And we would ask, ladies and gentlemen, as these ponies return to the position in the lineup, please don't clap excessively. We don't want to unsettle the ponies with their young riders on board. So much as we know that you do appreciate it, please keep your noise level to a minimum so that the other ponies are not unsettled. Now, the next pony to work out comes from class 598. This is the open pony, not exceeding 11 hands. And this is exhibit number 1757, Jackafella Montana Gold. V. Kinney and J. Lyons from Daruka in New South Wales. And today, ridden by Eliza Kearney.
Well, while that horse works out, we've got a horse on course in the show jumping. Fernhill Zinzan and Madeline Cinderberry as our rider on course. Madeline completes her round. 4 jumping penalties, 54.73.
Thank you. Well, that was from class 598, the open pony, not exceeding 11 hands. Exhibit number 1757, Jackafella, Montana Gold, Fikini and J. Lyons from Daruka in New South Wales, and ridden by Eliza Kearney.
Carol, we'd just like to acknowledge to class 514 down here too, the Welsh Stallion A, B, C or D. And catalogue number 1425 was first with Bambara Paramount, H. Doan and NSJ Ponies from Yandera, New South Wales. Second to 2368, Imperial Proclaim, Steve Parrish and Gordon Ball and Fernbrook Australian Stock Horse Stud Bargo. And third to catalogue 2431 is Graham Karen, that's Twasog Dew with Melinda Turgon from Talon. Back down to Carol Hukin.
Thanks very much, Angus. And now, working out is from class 599, which was the open pony, over 11.2, not exceeding 12 hands. This is exhibit number 2314, Xanadu of Sefton, Karen Shaw's nomination, and they're from Chambers Flat in Queensland. And this pony today is ridden by Tanea Ferris.
Well, just completing their round in the show jumping, Mickey Highland and Stone Lee New Edition, the one rail down, 4 jumping penalties, 63.55 in the show jumping for Mickey Highland and Stone Lee New Edition.
Just completing the workout now, then the pony will come into a halt before our judge, Marianne Bullpit, for her final assessment. As we said, please, folks, please keep your clapping to a minimum until the event is over so as not to unsettle the other ponies. Well, that exhibit that just worked was number 2314. It was from class 599, the open pony, not exceeding over 11 2 hands and not exceeding 12 hands. Xanadu of Sefton, Karen Shaw from Chambers Flat in Queensland nominated that pony, but ridden today by Tanea Ferris. Thank you, Tanea. And now approaching the judge. This pony actually comes from the 2 classes, class 600, the open pony over 12 hands and not exceeding 12.2, and also the winner of class 604, the child's pony hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands, ridden by a child under 17 years. And it is exhibit number, breastplate number, 2169. DP Gigolo, Dale Plum's nomination from Cardinia in Victoria and ridden by Daisy Plum.
Well, just completing their round in the show jumping, Natalie Moore and Buzzboy. Clear round, 64.72. And a new leader in the competition. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear for Buzzboy and Natalie Moore.
And Carol, we'd just like to welcome all the very special guests from around the world that are watching the live streaming here today. And all those guests in every state of Australia. It's back down to Carol Hukin.
Thank you for that, Angus. And this is a show horse competition. Our international visitors may be more familiar with dressage, where the movement and education, manners and paces of the horse are taken into account. And they do know exactly what they're going to have to do before they come to the competition. We're here with the show horse, the conformation, the presence, the way the horse is put together, its show ring personality. All of those things are taken into account. The presentation helps the whole picture. And they really don't know what they're going to have to do until the moment of competition when the judge directs whatever movements she particularly wants to see. And they have a big open area, not restricted to dressage arena with markers. So slightly different to the familiar competition to most international guests. And that pony that just worked came from class 600 and 604. 600 being the open pony, not exceeding over 12 hands and not exceeding 12.2. And the other class, 604, being the child's pony, not exceeding 12.2 hands, ridden by a child under 17. And both classes were won by that exhibit, number 2169, DP Gigolo, owned by Dale Plum of Cardinia in Victoria. So now the decisions are being made, and we will be doing something a little different this time in this particular competition. Normally we wait and keep the result a little secret until the horse that came second to that exhibit comes out to compete against the other first place getters. But this time we're going to, as soon as the decision has been made for the champion, we will be sashing the champion and announcing that winner while our green coats go to get the other place getter. So we are very happy to now present the winner, class S607. Can we have a fanfare, please? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the announcement of the Australian national champion, Pony Hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands. And it has gone to exhibit number 2169, DP Gigolo, Dale Plum from Cardinia in Victoria, the winner of both classes 600 and 604. The open pony, 12 and not exceeding 12.2, and the child's pony not exceeding 12.2, ridden by a child under 17. And aboard this beautiful pony, DP Gigolo, is Daisy Plum.
Well, Carol Hugan also with that beautiful award goes the Special Class 607, the J.M. Molly Higgins Perpetual Trophy, donated by the late Mr. G. Higgins. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a twin-held silver Turin and covered decorated with gum leaves raised on a hectagonal tipper base. It's donated by the late Mr. G. Higgins in memory of his mother, the first presented in 1993 until 2005, awarded for the Australian National Champion Saddle Pony, not exceeding 12.2 hands. Awarded now for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands. And ladies and gentlemen, last year was won by VNC Africa from Falconer's Fur Dance from South Australia. So we'll cross back down to Carol Hugan. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you very much, Angus. Well, the two ponies coming out now were second place getters to DP Gigolo in their individual classes. They have a few minutes to just warm up on this arena, get themselves familiarised with the atmosphere and the crowd before they too will be handed the workout. But now it's a really wonderful moment for the connections of this beautiful pony, the winner of the two classes. Daisy Plum, been such a successful competitor right since she was knee-high to a grasshopper. Her father, Dale Plum, has been winning riding and pony classes and Galloways and hacks and all sorts of events here at the Sydney Royal and other royal shows around Australia since almost the beginning of his ability to ride. So we do congratulate all of them. So just on the arena now, the two ponies eligible to compete against the other first place getters, because it is quite possible that the class that the champion came from was of a higher standard than the other individual classes. So these two ponies very able to compete against the others for reserve. It's 2652.
Well, just while they warm up down there, before they come out to work, we'll have a change in the leaderboard. Savannah Hopkinson and Barrichello took the lead in the show jumping. 62.21 is the new leader in the show jumping arena.
Just going to get wider. Just hang on to those names because I can't write them down at the moment.
Well, we now welcome out into our show jumping arena Elizabeth Crisato, and Elizabeth is riding number 7 in the draw, Mohawk. Our current leader, Savannah Hopkinson and Baricello.
May I just get the rider's name?
Ebony Lee.
Ebony Lee?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ebony. Ebony Lee is riding the other pony. Well, the pony working at the moment and competing for reserve champion is Bambra Sabrina, Sarah Young and Lee Trainer from Moree in New South Wales. Ebony Lee in the saddle here of Bambra Sabrina. This pony was second to our champion, DP Gigolo, therefore has the right to come out and do the same workout to see who will take out the reserve champion for this year. Yeah, I'm just trying to find it. First dance, I've got it. This was exhibit number 1510, Victoria and Caitlin Frickett from Morfett Vale in South Australia. And the pony's name is Falconhurst First Dance. The rider, Caitlin Fricker. 1510, about to go out on the course to compete for the reserve. The horse just leaving the workout area, Bambra Sabrina.
Well, our rider on course, just approaching the final fence, is Cade Hunter riding Kelstar. Not going to trouble the leaderboard for jumping penalties. One time penalty, a total of 5, and a miscommunication and went around the wrong way. As we now welcome out our next rider, which will be Brooke Langbecker, and Brooke is riding Phantom Vortex.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, for the reserve champion today, we say a very special thank you to the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, which awards an excellence medallion for the Australian National Champion Small Pony Hack. And also there's a garland for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack, which is presented by the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And also the products, we'd like to say thank you to Oakwood Products for their wonderful support as well. And we welcome Rachel Embra for the presentation as well. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you, Angus. I'm just making the final approach to the judge now. Catalogue number 1510, Falconhurst First Dance, entered by Victoria and Caitlin Frickett from Morfett Vale in South Australia and ridden by Caitlin Fricker. So our judge just has a last look at the final pony to work, goes back and makes a comparison between all of those ponies eligible for the very prestigious award of Reserve Champion at the 2015 Royal Easter Show.
Well, Brooke Langbecker completing her round in the show jumping 63.50. No jumping, no time, all clear, and currently into second place behind Savannah Hopkinson and Baracello.
And the winner of Reserve Champion at the 2015 Royal Easter Show is number 1510, Falconhurst First Dance, Victoria and Caitlin Fricker from Morford Vale in South Australia, and ridden by Caitlin Fricker.
Well, Carol, that was the champion last year, Falconhurst First Dance. Except congratulations to Victoria and Caitlin Fricker, and also ladies and gentlemen, Carol, there's this very special story about that beautiful little Shetland pony down there. You might like to tell the people about it as well.
Yes, Angus, they're all very successful, the ponies making their way out of the arena. That Shetland pony has won that award, I think, 2 or 3 years in a row. So what a wonderful Shetland representative it is. Please put your hands together for them as they leave the arena. And as they do, I make my way down to these 2 young ladies on beautiful ponies, the 2015 Champion Small Ponies. Congratulations, Daisy, well done. And I'm sure there's a team that have helped you prepare this pony. Would you like to say some words of thanks?
Thank you to my mom and dad, and thank you for all the strappers that strapped him.
Okay, and what do you call this pony around the stables? Do you give him his full title of DP Gigolo, or have you got a pet name?
Gigolo.
Just Gigolo, okay. Well, you've been extraordinarily successful. But you've won the first time with champion, you've won the Reserve Champion before, haven't you? With Royal Secret?
Yeah, I have.
Well, well done, Daisy. You are delightful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angus, for that information in my ear. And moving over, Caitlin, you've done a wonderful job. Big congratulations. Who does all the work to prepare this beautiful pony?
I'd like to thank my aunt, my mum, my grandfather especially for coming here, my sister for being such a great support, and David Ross for coming here and creating such a beautiful pony.
Well, what an accomplished young lady. Thank you so much for that, and congratulations. 2 beautiful ponies, folks, and I'm sure you will show your appreciation for them as they make a lap of honour around the arena. Now being presented with these trophies, Angus will tell us a little bit more about those trophies.
Well, Carol, there's the lovely trophies down there for the awards for today. And ladies and gentlemen, includes the J. Molly Higgins Perpetual Trophy for the Australian National Champion Pony, hack not exceeding 12.2 hands. As I mentioned before, donated by the late Mr. G. Higgins in memory of his mother, first presented in 1993, and until 2005 was awarded for the Australian National Champion Saddle Pony, not exceeding 12.2 hands. And it's now awarded for the Australian National Champion Pony hack, not exceeding 12.2 hands. In fact, it was won by Marceau Park Princess back in 1993 with M. Lasham and Miss C. Packwood. And we had the lovely Larkhill Kerry with the Crack family, young Rebecca Crack in 94. But there's some wonderful names on that. Last year was won by Caitlin Fricker and the Fricker family from South Australia and Falconhurst First Dance. The year before that was Miss Josephine Indrizzi in Yalala Park Showpiece, all the way from Western Australia, from Serpentine. Western Australia's won this, I think, about 3 or 4 times. And we also have, ladies and gentlemen, the Garland, and it's presented by the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And the Reserve Champion, we'd like to say thank you to Oakwood Products. Jeff Searle, put your hands together, and it's down to Carol Hugan.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane. Well, here they are, 2015 champions with their wonderful young riders, Daisy and Caitlin, and all the team connected. Put your hands together for them as they make their lap of honour around this marvellous arena.
And Carol Heacon, we'd like to say thank you to White Horse Equestrian for the product prize for the Australian National Reserve champion, Pony Hack, not exceeding 12 hands, supported by White Horse Equestrian, Mr. Mark Nicholas. Thank you, sir, for your great support. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you so much, Angus. They're just leaving the arena all with smiles and cheerful and just delighted. A whole year's work has come to this point in time, so we do congratulate them. Thank you, Angus. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks very much, Carol Heacon, and please stay with us, folks, because we have the wonderful Australian National Champion Reserve Pony Hack over 12 hands, not exceeding 14 hands, coming up very soon. In the meantime, it's back to Tim Drebon, and then we'll introduce you to the other classes. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you very much, Angus. Well, while that's been going on, we've also had a make-up class for our show jumpers, class number 877, after the torrential rain on Saturday. We have fitted in a junior competition. Pia Boilo safely over the last on Yandu Drought. 8 jumping penalties and some time penalties, a total of 13 for Pia Boilo. Now the current leader of the competition is Savannah Hopkinson and Baracello. Brooke Langbecker and Phantom Vortex is currently sitting in second. Natalie Moore and Buzz Boy is currently sitting in third. They're all clear rounds, time only deciphering them. And Jessie O'Connell and Nimserdo B has got 1 time penalty. For 1 time penalty, no jumping penalties, a total of 1 in 4th. And Simpre and Isabel Evans is all clear with 2 time penalties in 5th place. The rider on course now, we welcome out 13-year-old Paige McBain riding Green Grove Maserati.
Well, we just have coming also down there, ladies and gentlemen, is 515. And class 515 is for the Welsh Pony Mare or Gelding, Section A, the beautiful Welsh Mountain Pony, before our judge, Sarah Barker. And what a beautiful lineup we have down here in front of the big screen. We certainly wish them well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they just make their way in now. We wish them well. So this is for the special class 606, the Australian National Champion Reserve Pony Hack over 2 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. And it has some very special awards to be decided to, ladies and gentlemen, for this. And this is the A.R. Pillman Perpetual Trophy for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack. And Mr. Grant Pullman is down for the presentation. Welcome to you, sir. We have the medallion to be presented on behalf of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. The Garland Prize to be presented on behalf of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And thank you to Rafferty Horse Rugs for the rug for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack over 12 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. And White Horse Equestrian, Mr. Mark Nicholas, who's down there for a product prize for the Australian National and Reserve Champion Pony Hack over 12 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. Supported by White Horse Equestrian. Back to Tim, and then we'll cross back to Carol.
Thank you very much. We've got Stephanie Judd, our rider on course, just commencing their round. And Stephanie is riding Maruka's Juvenile.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's very soon. We'll be back here in the Spotless Stadium. And we'll be taking the live streaming right around the world again for this magnificent championship this afternoon. And to all the mums and dads and families that are here, welcome to you. We certainly wish these young people all the very best in this class. Some beautiful ponies that Galloway will introduce you very soon. And as I said before, it's the first time that we've actually been able to acknowledge the exhibit while they've been working out, and I think it's a fantastic idea, so well done to them all. Tim Driverman, it's back to you, my friend, for the show dumping.
Well, thank you, Angus. We are currently watching class number 877. It's a one-round competition. Table A, so rail down, incurs 4 jumping penalties. And our current leader is sitting on a clear round in a time of 62.21. There's just one round in which them to complete their course. The winner of the class will be the horse rider combination with the least number of penalties in the quickest time. If you want to see the times as we're going along, if you look up here to the jury box, up here in the Sydney Royal Stand where we commentate from, you'll see the time in the window of our judges box. 74.29 the time taken, a total of 14 for Stephanie Judd and Maruka's Juvenile, 12 jumping, 2 time, a total of 14.
And ladies and gentlemen, just down there, the Welsh Mountain Pony being judged, class 515. Just before we go back to Carol, the Welsh Mountain Pony is not to exceed 12 hands, 122 centimetres in height. And the Welsh Mountain Pony needs little introduction, bred in the mountains and wild regions of Wales for many generations. And their acknowledged beauty does not mean they are merely a pretty toy. In fact, centuries of survival of the fittest has ensured the sound constitution, the iron-hard limbs, great intelligence, which combined with the legendary Welsh temperament, make it the ideal child's pony of today. So the beautiful Welsh ponies, we congratulate you all. They're just warming up down here in front of the member stand and the Sinclair stand for this next championship event. And Tim, back to you before we just cross back down to Carol.
Well, thank you, Angus. Our next rider out into the arena of our show jumping. We welcome number 18 of 26. We've just got 9 horses left to go. It will be Sophie Smith riding Barabadine Calypso.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we have guests from all parts of Australia, from Western Australia, South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania, New South Wales, Queensland, the ACT, everywhere in our great nation. We welcome you all here today and welcome our overseas guests. Any are sitting around the spotless stadium. Tim Driverman, it's an international event. That's why they call it the greatest show on earth.
They certainly do, Angus Lane. What a privilege to be part of it here today at the Sydney Royal Easter Show.
And Tim, for our guests that are here today, show dumping riders, they've come from all different states as well this year to compete.
Most certainly have, all states, plus we've had a rider from New Zealand competing here as well. 12 jumping penalties, 1 time penalty, a total of 13 for Barabadine Calypso and Sophie Smith. Next rider out, we welcome Ply Kane, and Ply is riding Ego Landmark.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, sit back, relax as we have the great honour. Carol Hugan has the great honour of introducing you to Special Class 606, the Australian National Champion and Reserve Pony Hack over 12 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you very much, Angus and Tim. Well, for those sitting in the stands who aren't familiar with what's going on down here, horses are basically divided into 3 height categories. Ponies that are not exceeding 14 hands, Galloways not exceeding 15 hands, and then the hacks or horses over 15 hands. But the ponies, there's such a wide range from right down to little ponies up to 14 hands that their championship has 2 parts. The small champion that we just saw, and now this one for the bigger ponies. And the first horse to go out on the course was the winner of class number 601, the open pony, over 12.2 and not exceeding 13 hands. And this is exhibit number 2329, Robiny Chart Topper, entered by Belinda Sibley of Arcadia in New South Wales and ridden by Jess Stalling. So within the height range of over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands for this championship, we have 4 contenders. We have our open pony over 12.2, not exceeding 13, over 13, not exceeding 13.2, over 13.2, not exceeding 14, and our child's pony over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands. So our judge, Mrs. Marion Bullpit, has given a workout on paper via our steward, Peter Eggleston, to each of the riders who have a beautiful open arena here to show off their ponies' paces and depict the workout given to them by the judge. You'll see the ponies do a walk, a trot and a canter. They can be asked for lengthening of stride within those gaits. You will see them going in either direction because ponies are like people. They can be left-handed or right-handed, and you do have to train them over a period of time to be just as flexible on either rein, as we call it, or in either direction. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we do appreciate your clapping, but we would ask that you keep it to a minimum. We have other ponies to work that we don't want to unsettle, so you'll get plenty of chance when they do their lap of honour to show your appreciation. So the pony that has just worked has come from class number 601, open pony over 12.2, not exceeding 13 hands, and it is exhibit 2329. Robin E. Charttopper, Belinda Sibley of Arcadia in New South Wales, and was ridden by Jess Storling. So now approaching the judge, the winner of class number 602, the open pony over 13 and not exceeding 13.2 hands. This is breastplate number 1549. Beckworth, Morning Symphony. GT and EM Geary and DM Telford, Balan Victoria, and ridden by Jemima Walker. And the measurement of these horses and ponies in all of these events plays a very big part. They have to be officially measured before competing. The measurement, which is still back in early times referred to as a hand, is approximately 4 inches in the old measurement, and it was the width of a man's hand if you started from the ground, the pony's front foot, moved your hand up sideways, hand over hand, to the part that's called the wither, just in front of the saddle. And so this particular pony competing at the moment, you would be fined, was 13 hands and not exceeding 13.3, and therefore within the height restriction applied to horses in that particular class.
As we watch that horse work out, slight change in the leaderboard in the show jumping. Jock Rice Ward and Kiwi Guard put themselves into third place at this stage, 64.31. And on course now we have Valentina Alaprandi and Concordia.
Thank you, Tim. And this competitor from class 602, the open pony over 13, not exceeding 13.2, makes the final halt before our judge, Marianne Bullpit. And this is 1549, Beckworth, Morning Symphony, GT and EM Geary and DM Telford of Balan in Victoria, and the rider, Jemima Walker. And the next contender comes from class 603, the open pony over 13.2 and not exceeding 14 hands. And this is catalogue number 1758, KG, Goodness Gracious. entered by V. Kearney and J. Lyons of Daruka in New South Wales, and ridden by Vicky Kearney.
Well, another change in the leaderboard. Valentina Alaprandi, Concordia, no jumping, no time, 68.09, and currently into 5th place at this stage of the competition.
So what is a judge looking for in these classes? Looking for, first and foremost, an animal that is what we call sound. In other words, it exhibits no indication of any soreness or unevenness or irregularity in its stride. That's a very important component. We are, as judges, the horse's last line of defence, and it is our responsibility, first and foremost, to ensure that the horses that come before us are able to compete. Then looking at the way the horse is put together, the way it's built. You don't buy a house because it's a pretty shade of pink. You have to look to see that it is going to last, that it's built correctly. And similarly with the horse. But there's a lot more to it. Its paces, the modern show horse reaches forward and lands toe first, covers the ground efficiently but in a very pretty fashion. It carries itself well. It has been trained to bring its hind legs underneath and lift the front end a little and bring its nose in to that very pretty outline. And there we have exhibit number 1758, the winner of the Open, pony over 13.2, not exceeding 14 hands, KG Goodness Gracious, V. Kearney and J. Lyons, nomination from Daruka in New South Wales, and ridden by Vicky Kearney. You see the look of relief on riders' faces as they come out, all this effort into here, and finally it happens. And the final contender for the large champion pony hack over 12.2, not exceeding 14 hands, is the winner of class 605, the child's pony over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands, and ridden by a child under 17 years. And this is breastplate number 2166, Calvin Park Tiny Dancer, nominated by Dale Plum from Cardinia in Victoria and ridden by Daisy Plum.
Well, at the other end of the arena, we have a result of class number 515, the Welsh Pony Mare or Gelding, Section A. Congratulations to catalogue number 1645, Eagle Park Casino, exhibited by Lynn Hain. Second place went to catalogue number 2384, Le Canaro Lady Smith, exhibited by Tamara Bryony Ebony Lee and Tamari Park Stud. Third place going to catalogue number 2338. It is Alvon Uren from the Smart family in Forbes. Fourth place going to catalogue number 2496. It is Windsor Park Sovereign, exhibited by Victoria Waring. Fifth place went to catalogue number 1715. This was Erilyn Bentley, exhibited by Kim Joblin. And sixth place going to catalogue number 2438, Madison Valina with a Blue Moon Permission. And congratulations to the winner and place getters. Sophia Carlin, It's Jealousy, completes their round, 63.13, and we now welcome out Jess Smith and Belcam Cosmic. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you very much, Tim, and just making that final approach for the judge to have a last-minute look up close at everything that she's wanting to see to assess this pony's suitability for being the champion pony hack over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands. And the exhibit is number 2166, Calvin Park Tiny Dancer, nominated by Dale Plum of Cardinia in Victoria and ridden by Daisy Plum. So all of the eligible 4 horses have completed their workout. Our judge makes her decision and indicates that decision to our stewards, and we will be calling forward the champion for 2015. And the winner of the Australian National Champion, Pony Hack, over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands, the fanfare. And the winner, 2015 champion Pony Hack over 12.2, not exceeding 14 hands, is exhibit number 1549, Beckworth Morning Symphony, GT and EM Geary and DM Telford of Balan, Victoria, and ridden by Jemima Walker. Congratulations, a wonderful result of a year's work, a long time before that, planning, finding, training, conditioning, and finally culminating in a win here at the 2015 Royal Easter Show. And in the meantime, the horse that placed second to this particular pony in its individual class is waiting in the wings with the other second place getter, our green coat Stewart, has ridden out.
And Carol, we'd just like to say too, ladies and gentlemen, that the champion receives for themselves the beautiful garland for the Australian National Champion Pony Hack over 12.2 hands, not exceeding 14 hands, supported by the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And there's a rug sponsored by Rafferty Horse Rugs. We say thank you to them. They've been fantastic sponsors for many years here. And a very special thank you to Rafferty Horse Rugs. Thank you also to, of course, the wonderful Mr. Grant Pullman, who was here with us today too for the presentation of the very special award. And this will be made, I did say a little later on, we'll recognise that. And we say thank you to the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales for the Medallion of Excellence as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll cross back down to Carol.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane. Well, as it appears, the second place getter to this particular pony, to Beckworth Morning Symphony, is already in the lineup. So we have a result. And the reserve champion for 2015 Australian National Champion Pony Hack over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands. The reserve has gone to exhibit number 2329, Robin E. Chartopper, nominated by Belinda Sibley of Arcadia in New South Wales and ridden by Jess Stalling. Congratulations to all of our contenders, beautiful ponies, and we thank you for being here. These two magnificent ponies, very successful. The rider, of course, both riders we know very well. Jess Stalling in the saddle of our reserve champion has been successful in so many different parts of the Royal Easter Show, including the jumping as well. She is a wonderful rider. Two beautiful ponies. And Angus, can you tell us a little bit about the awards that they will receive?
Thanks, Carol Hukin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the A.R. Pullman Perpetual Trophy. It's a great pleasure and a great honour to introduce you also to Mr. Grant Pullman here today. But it was donated by Grant R. Pullman and first presented in 1980. The Pullman family has been associated with the Royal Agricultural Society for 5 generations. A.R. Pullman belonged to the 3rd generation of the family and played the most significant role, particularly in relation to pony classes at the show. Samuel Pullman, the grandfather of A.R. Pullman, judged the machinery section at the first Sydney exhibition forerunner of the RAS. Percy Pullman, father of A.R. Pullman, regularly exhibited at the RAS, particularly the harness section, once born in 1910, and he died in 1987. He was a member of the committee for the Australian Pony Stud Book in its formative stages. With his sister Linda, he bred and showed ponies with success for many years, In the late 1940s, Mr. A.R. Pullman turned his attention to judging and was steward with the RAS horse section for many years. He showed a great diversity of knowledge of horses by judging horses of all sizes, ridden, led and driven. And one of his favourite stories was to tell on occasion the judge for the baker's cart did not turn up. And Mr. Pullman immediately volunteered to judge that class, as by this time he had judged every other horse class held in the main arena. Mr. Pullman's son, Mr. Grant Pullman, who has been an honorary veterinary surgeon for the RAS for 20 years, over 20 years, donates the trophy, in fact 30 years. His wife and children have exhibited, and it's awarded to the Australian National Champion Pony Hack over 12 hands, not exceeding 14 hands. And to introduce you to our champion, would you please put your hands together for the champion? And we're down to Carol Hugan.
Thank you so much, Angus. Jemima, the expression on her face says it all. So thrilled. There is a special story that goes with this pony. They're just putting the rug on. I know that Eleanor and Darren and all the team will be so thrilled. Jemima, tell us the story.
I'd just like to say it's a wonderful ending to a great experience in Australia, because both me and Jenny retired today. So Jenny and I will go out with a champion. So thank you very much, Australia. It's been a blast.
Wonderful. Well, it's a farewell, and a beautiful farewell, wearing that magnificent garland, the champion sash and the rug. So congratulations to everyone connected with Beckworth Morning Symphony. Jess Stalling, what a wonderful, wonderful rider you are. Please have a word about this beautiful pony.
Yeah, he's a beautiful pony. I'm very privileged to ride him. Congratulations to his owner, Belinda, and breeders, Melanie and Di. He's a lovely pony. Well done to the winners, and thanks very much to the sponsors of the class.
Thanks very much, Jess Stalling, and congratulations to all the connections here. And as they leave the arena doing their lap of honour, folks, show them how much you appreciate our Australian National Champion in Reserve, Pony Hack, over 12-2 and not exceeding 14 hands for the Royal Easter Show for 2015.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, our champion last year was Rosedale Songster with BC Equine and Chanel Hunter and Lynn Warburton from Cherside Park, Victoria. And Holly's Work of Art with Graham and Julie Crisp from Hall, ACT, written by Julie Crisp, won in 2013. Reserve last year was Highgrove Minuet, Alan Dillingham from Arcadia. Cold Beach Chanting won it in 2013, and Rathoan Quantum in 2012 with Warren Dully. So put your hands together, give them a big round of applause. Come on, Australia. It's wonderful to see. And Tim Driverman, Jess Stalling, well, she's very successful in show dumping as well.
What a talented rider. What two beautiful exhibits there, and magnificent class, and what a beautiful presentation.
Well, once again, come on, put your hands together. Come on, Australia, give them a nice round of applause. Well done. Good on you, Dale. Good on you, Greg. Eleanor, congratulations you all. And congratulating to Belinda Sibley and Jess Stalling and all the connections of our reserve champion, Rebiner chart topper, the champion, Beckworth Morning Symphony. And stay with us, Tim Driverman. You have a result, I think, coming up for the show dumping.
We certainly do. Thank you, Angus, as they make their way out of the arena. We will have the result of class number 877. In fact, a presentation. Well done to our winner, Kate Hinchin and Vasari NZPH. Second place went to Savannah Hopkinson and Barrichello. Third place to Brooke Langbecker and Phantom Vortex. Fourth place will be Jock Rice Ward and Kiwi Guard. And fifth place was awarded to Natalie Moore and Buzzboy. Those riders will be making their way up for the presentation shortly of this, the next of the final show jumping event of today here in the main arena.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, we just welcome into the arena class 516. The Welsh Pony Mare of Gelding, Section B, not exceeding 12 hands. And we had 11 nominated for this class before our judge, Sarah Barker, from who's down here from the Welsh Ponies.
And Angus Leighton, for the first time ever at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, we are actually going to have vaulting here this afternoon in the Schmidt Arena. That takes place from 2:30 this afternoon. So please stick around and watch our champions. But if you're looking for something else to wander off and have a look at, for the first time ever, at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. We have vaulting, an Olympic and international sport, World Championship sport, and wonderful to welcome it as part of our equestrian community into the Schmidt Arena here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show.
Gymnastics on horseback.
Most certainly is. Very talented horses and riders.
Well, Tim, we have those shadowing riders making their way in now for the presentation, so it's back to you to introduce them as they make their way up in front of where we are sitting and broadcasting from. Thanks, Tim. Well, they're all lined up down here, ladies and gentlemen, and we have when Simon Barry takes his hat off, we know we're getting close, because last night he was like the lady. He was like the lady in red. Back to Tim.
Well, her coach said to stick in third gear. I think she found top gear today. She rode it exceptionally well. Kate Hinchin takes the win. First place in a time of 56.30. That puts her 6 seconds in front of her nearest rival for Kate Hinchin and Vasari NZPH. Second place, congratulations to Savannah Hopkinson and Barrichello picking up second place. Savannah completed her round in a time of 62.21. Third place, well done to Brooke Langbecker and Phantom Vortex in a time all clear in a time of 63.50. Fourth place went to Jock Rice Ward and Kiwi Guard in a time of 64.31. And fifth place went to Natalie Moore, some 9 seconds behind our leader on Buzzboy in a time of 64.72. Well, Carol Hewkins down there with a young lady from the from the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, some 6 seconds in front of her nearest rival. She certainly did ride like lightning.
Thank you, Tim. Kate, what a great ride. The folks up north will be pleased to hear that. We want to have a word?
Yeah, I'm really happy with her. The first couple of days I didn't go so well, so I'm glad she went well today and I pulled myself together. Congratulations to everyone else, and a huge thank you to my dad and Billy, Raymond and Ali Berwick for helping me so much. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kate. Wonderful stuff there. Beautiful ride. Terrific event. Thank you, Tim Dreverman, for the call. We appreciate all you, the whole team here do. We've got lots of exciting things happening here today on Big Champion Day down here in the Spotless Stadium.
Well, thank you, and thank you to the ringmaster and the deputy ringmaster for fitting in our riders as they ride off. Please put your hands together. Kate Hinchin takes the win, riding Vasari NZPH. Second place to Savannah Hopkinson and Barrichello. Third to Brooke Langbeck of Phantom Vortex. Fourth, Jock Rice Ward and Kiwi Guard. And fifth place, Natalie Moore and Buzzball. Come on, Sydney, put your hands together for our winner and place getters.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to welcome into the Spotless Stadium those competing in Class 796 this afternoon, which is the Open Girl Rider, 6 years and under 9. And don't they look magnificent? So we certainly wish them all the very best in this class. And our judge will be Robbie Soster, and Councillor Chris Carter will be in charge of that ring with Mike Avent, Janet Doust, Alexandra Murray and Kay Brennan. And it's all leading up to the Australian National Champion and reserve champion Galloway hack as they make their way into the arena as well. We certainly wish them well. And there's a very prestigious award to be presented with this as well. And for this champion, the Jeff Whidden Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And Jeff Whidden, it's a lovely bronze horse raised on the timber plinth, donated by the late Mr. Jeff H.G. Whidden, first presented in 1972. Geoffrey Whidden served for many years as Chief Steward of the Galloways and the Chief Marshalling Steward. He was also Chairman of the Arts and Crafts and a member of the Horticulture and Show Wines and Spirits Committee. Awarded to the Australian National Champion Galloway, and Mr. Whidden was an RAS councillor from 1947 to 1962 and the RAS Vice President from 1962 to 1973. The first, when it was presented in 1972, was Miss S. Burnley, and it was Milano was the winner back then. And there's been some magnificent Galloways and names on this trophy coming right through all the way to 2014, and we certainly wish them well, all of them, in this very prestigious class to be decided here this afternoon. So welcome to you all. We have the Welsh ponies still being judged down here in front of the big screen, and this is class 516 and 516, the Welsh pony mare of gelding, section B, not exceeding 12 2 hands. So we have the rider classes over on the far side. When you see the rider classes being judged, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, the rosette or the sash will be presented around the arm of the rider. If it's presented around the neck of the horse, you know the pony's being judged, or the Galloway or the hack. So when you see that class being presented over there in front of the Cumberland stand, the rider themselves will receive the very special award. So what's a rider? What do they look for? Well, in simple terms, I always think it's like poetry in motion. Horse and rider should be in complete harmony. All signals to the horse should appear invisible as if they were happening by magic. And a riding competition is a competition between the riders to find the most efficient and correct rider in that particular class on that particular day. And the riders should be as one with the horse and appear as much a part of the horse as its tail. So what's the rider class? We have the Welsh ponies. Carol Hukin is ready down here in front of the members stand and the Sutter stand as we present special class 590, which also includes the Jeff Whidden Memorial Perpetual Trophy donated by the late Mr. H.G. Whidden for the Australian National Champion Galloway. Our judge, Amanda Peters, is down to Carol Hukin.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane. Well, for those who aren't familiar with horses, they are basically divided into 3 height categories. Ponies, small ponies and large ponies that we just had in the last championship. These are our middle-sized horses, and they go from over 14 hands, not exceeding 15 hands. There were several classes within this height range that competed and won. The open lightweight Galloway over 14, not exceeding 14.2. The open lightweight Galloway over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands. The open heavyweight Galloway over 14, not exceeding 14.2. The open heavyweight over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands. They were the height categories. Then there was the ladies Galloway, ridden by a lady 17 years and over. The gents Galloway, similarly ridden by a gent 17 years and over. And the child's Galloway, ridden by a child 9 years and under 17 years. So all of these horses out here now are winners. They have won, they have qualified to come to Sydney Royal. A year's work of competing at their various agricultural shows in their own area. A basic requirement to come to Sydney Royal, they must have a sufficient number of wins to be accepted. Then they come down here, compete in their individual classes and win. And be given the chance to come forward today to work out and compete for the Australian National Champion and Reserve for 2015. We're just giving them a little time on the arena. Some of them haven't been out here for a day or two. They need the chance to come and warm up, get a feeling of the atmosphere, remind their horse that everything's fine. Then they will come in and line up And each one has been given, will be given a workout, the same workout, that is at the judge's discretion as to what she would like to see them do. And our judge today for all the Galloway classes for this show has been Amanda Peters. Well known as Amanda Minton-Taylor, has been a very successful rider in many disciplines right since early childhood. Her mother, Marge Taylor, who passed away a year or two ago, was a riding instructor, a jumping enthusiast, and taught lots and lots of the riders that are successful today. Amanda has had some wonderful horses over the years, including, coming to mind, I can think of a wonderful pony, Anika, who won just about everywhere. And the Galloway that I remember particularly was a liver chestnut Galloway called Royal Routine, who was just almost unbeatable in the show ring. So she's a highly qualified and credentialed judge, and we know that all these exhibits are in very good hands with Amanda adjudicating for this year's Royal Easter Show. There was a special little moment earlier when I talked to Amanda, and she said that before her mum went, Amanda said to her that she would love one day to judge the Galloways here at Sydney. Mum said, "You will." And here it's happening, here at the 2015 Royal Easter Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, all these horses have been judged in their individual classes. Their names have been announced throughout the show as they have won. So all of the people in the stand will know them. The judge will know them, although our broadcasting system is directed at the stands and not to the centre arena. So we will be announcing each horse and rider. While we let them come back into line, we just wait for them to receive the workout.
Well, Carol, just before we commence, we have class 516 down here in front of the big screen for the Welsh ponies. The Mira Gelding Section B, 12-2 hands, not exceeding 12-2 hands. First to catalogue 1303. Bindi Eye Royal Edition. Congratulations to Colvin Park Stud, Bindi Eye Stud, the Bailey Gavin Lewis, and Rani Gavin Lewis, Peak Hill, New South Wales. Second to catalogue 1749. That is at Hanoi Marlow with Kaluda Park and Jessica White from Thirlmere. Third place to 1310, Colvin Park, Pippin Long Stockings with Colvin Park Stud and N&M Corbett from Peak Hill. Fourth place, catalogue 1012, Adams Family Partnership from Wallachia and Colvin Park Impress. And fifth to catalogue 2256, Turavale Gemma with Sarah Riger from Ebenezer in New South Wales. Congratulations, and it's back down to Carol Hukin.
Thank you, Angus. Well, I have gone along the line and checked the riders, because sometimes these horses are owned by other people. Sometimes the rider's age category does not allow it to ride it in this class, and it is entirely at the discretion of the people who nominate the horse as to who they put in the saddle for this particular class. And the first horse out to work has been the winner of class 583, the open lightweight Galloway over 14 and not exceeding 14 hands. And this is exhibit number 1548, Royalwood Chorus of Love. E&G Geary and L. Cleary of Balan in Victoria, and ridden by Lorraine Haffer. Here, I've got to find them. But if you can get the drivers. Okay. Course number and the rider. Yeah. This is a piece of paper, Carol. Just tear a little piece off for me. F2, yeah.
Well, look, gentlemen, just while they're working out too, there's a lot of prizes. There's the Jeff Widden Memorial Perpetual Trophy. We have Mr. Jeff Vanderfield for the presentation. The Award of Excellence Medallion to be presented from the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. They also provide a garland for the Australian National Champion Galloway Oakwood products. We say thank you to Jeff Searle. And also we have Genevieve Everingham from Chevelle Rugs for the lovely rug presented to our champion as well. And Genevieve Everingham is here for the presentation. And White Horse Equestrian, welcome to Mark Nicholas. And we thank him for his generosity too. It's back down to Carol Hewton.
Thanks very much, Angus Lane. Well, each of our competitors have been given the same workout. The stewards have relayed the judges' wishes to each and every one of them. And the first horse now is working out. The judge has the right to ask for whatever workout she feels is appropriate to come to a decision in this class. And the horse that has just worked out is exhibit number 1548, Royalwood Chorus of Love, the winner of the Open Lightweight Galloway over 14, not exceeding 14.2. E.N.G. Geary and El Cleary of Palan in Victoria. Folks, we would ask that particularly those directly behind these horses, if they would just keep their clapping to a minimum to not unsettle the other competitors, if you wouldn't mind. The horse about to work out now is the winner of 585, the Open Heavyweight Galloway, over 14 and not exceeding 14.2. So this is exhibit number 2333, Royalwood Songstress, nominated by Melanie Skinner of Blackson's Ridge and New South Wales, and ridden by Melanie Skinner. So exhibit number 2333, the winner of the Open Heavyweight Galloway over 14 and not exceeding 14.2. A beautiful arena to work in, wonderful opportunity for these very talented riders to utilize the area to show the horse's ability. All do the same workout. There are no specific markers for them to utilize, so they have this lovely arena. As you can see, the name is up on the big screen. Our wonderful technical people have made sure that because this event is being streamed around the world, people from anywhere in the world can be looking at these beautiful Galloways. These are show horses, different to dressage, so they don't work in a confined arena. They have a large open area to work. They don't know exactly what they're going to have to do until they come before the judge. They're not only their manners and paces and education taken into account, but their conformation, their presence. These are the quality show horses. They must be built in the correct manner so that they will last. They must be educated to carry themselves in the true frame of the educated horse. The movement of the modern show horse reaches across the ground, landing toe first. They can be asked to do walk, trot and canter in either direction and ask for lengthening of the stride if need be. They need to have that show ring presence, that personality that says, "Pick me, Mr. Judge." As this horse makes its way back for the final approach to the judge, this is from class 585, the Open Heavyweight Galloway over 14 and not exceeding 14 to exhibit number 2333, Royal Wood Songstress, Melanie Skinner, Blacklands Ridge, and ridden by Melanie Skinner. Thank you for your consideration of not upsetting these horses by clapping. It is much appreciated. And the next competitor to work has come from class 584. The Open Lightweight Galloway over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands, 1983. AP First Impressions. Nominated by Ian C. Morelli and J. Presswich of Port Kembla in New South Wales and ridden by Chelsea Morelli. As we said before, we are announcing the names of the horses and the riders as they won their events through the show. Their names were announced, so it's no secret. We all know who they are. They have, at their discretion, put whichever rider they choose. The rider doesn't necessarily have to own the horse. Sometimes owners are not eligible for the restrictions for this particular class. So we have gone along and checked who is riding and announced the riders as well. Our sound system is directed towards the stands rather than to the centre. So light and heavyweight classes in the two height categories, not the weight of the horse, but the weight they are structurally capable of carrying. So all the connections, the people who've helped to get these horses and riders here, sitting in the stands, hoping, fingers crossed, that everything will go well for this very, very important event. I said the judge has at her discretion to indicate a fixed workout, or she may ask for a workout of the competitor's choice. That is entirely up to our judge. And our judge today, Amanda Peters, who has been a very, very successful competitor here at the Royal Easter Show and at shows around Australia. So, making their way back now is 1983, AP First Impressions, nominated by Ian C. Morelli and J. Presswich of Port Kembla in New South Wales and ridden by Chelsea Morelli. And they were the winners of Class 584, the Open Lightweight Galloway over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands. And the next competitor, the next exhibit to perform comes from Class 586, the Open Heavyweight Galloway over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands, 1-2-1-1. Westwood's Magic Castle. Team Margaret and Melanie Burns and Diane Banks of Pakenham South in Victoria and ridden by Bryony Payne. once upon a time, have I got down here at the Royal Show? Test, testing. 1-2-1-1, competing at the moment. So once upon a time, the Galloways only went up to 14.2, and horses over 14.2 were in the hack classes, and that particular height was called the park hack, as it was known for many years in the past. But horses over time have become taller. We have breeds such as particularly warm bloods, etc., and bigger thoroughbreds these days, so that it was considered prudent to increase the height of the Galloways. And for some years now, they have been over 14 hands and not exceeding 15 hands. One of the most popular heights of horses. They suit adults and children, a very versatile sized horse. But these ones here that you're seeing competing for this championship are the creme de la creme. These are extraordinarily well-performed horses that have won at agricultural shows, possibly even royal shows in various parts of the country, have won their individual class here at this year's Sydney Royal Easter Show to come together and compete for the title of 2015 Australian National Champion. Just making her way back to our judge, Amanda Peters, is exhibit number 1211. Westwoods, Magic Castle, and it's Margaret and Melanie Burns and Diane Banks of Pakenham South in Victoria, and ridden by Bryony Payne. And now making his way to our judge is the exhibit 58 from class 589, the Charles Galloway, ridden by a child 9 and under 17, 2396. Willowcroft Coco Chanel, ridden by Hunter Taylor of Fitzroy Falls in New South Wales. Hunter Taylor, the rider and the exhibitor of the Charles Galloway. These horses beautifully presented. A lot of work goes into preparing them for this class. If the people over in the other side that are sheltering now from the rain can see the magnificent coats of these horses, the quarter markers over the hind quarter of the horse, little checkerboards to show off the way the coat is so fine and shiny. Along the flanks of the horse, the shark's teeth that also brushed in either direction to show the health and shine of the coats on these horses. The plaits all along the horse's neck, hand plaited and stitched into position. Brow bands matching the outfit of the riders, everything taken into account to present their horse at its very best at this very prestigious event. Whose names will be added to the trophy bearing the names of the famous Galloways of the past, this beautiful statue honouring the champions of yesteryear. From class 589, the Charles Galloway, ridden by a child 9 and under 17 years. This is exhibit number 2396, Willowcroft. Coco Chanel, owned and ridden by Hunter Taylor from Fitzroy Falls in New South Wales. And about to work out now comes from class 587, the Ladies Galloway, ridden by a lady 17 years and over, 1, 2, 4, 3, Maryvale Park, Royal Windsor. Jodie Christopherson and J&R Equestrian from Echuca in Victoria and ridden by Jess Stalling. And these horses and riders have come from various parts of Australia to compete for this prestigious championship. We have a very international flavour to our show with course builders from Germany, judges from Singapore, horses from France, from Belgium, from Wales, from the UK, all sorts of various types and breeds. We've had harness classes for light harness and delivery harness horses, all sorts of different events. The New South Wales Mounted Police made their appearance and were judged individually and then have performed throughout the show magnificent musical rides. They've been from the smallest of the miniature horses right up to the big shires. Today, the final of our championship for what we call hacks, which means the ridden show horse. These are the horses whose heritage dates back to times in England when the aristocrats rode their horses out into Hyde Park to Rotten Row to establish their place in society, to show their wealth and importance in society by having the very best of horse flesh presented magnificently and from such positions. It was the networking of the past to have the most quality horse. And we echo those traditions and manners and what have you that have come from many years ago in the past. And they are reflected here in the way these magnificent horses are presented to you today. So making the final return to the judge, exhibit number 1243, the winner of class 587, the Ladies Galloway, ridden by a lady 17 years and over, 1243, Maryvale Park, Royal Windsor, ridden by Jess Stalling and entered by Jodie Christopherson and J&R Equestrian of Echuca in Victoria. And now from class 588, the Gents Galloway, ridden by a gent 17 years and over, exhibit number 1534. Talea Park Night Divine, GC Equestrian and Barbara Barr from Conaber in Queensland and ridden by Adam Oliver. From Gwenabar in Queensland. So Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland all featuring their Galloways in for this championship. Throughout the show, we've had horses coming right across even from Western Australia, driving 5 days rather, to get here from Western Australia to take part in this marvellous show of shows. Talea Park Night Divine, the winner of the Gentleman's Galloway, ridden by a gent 17 years and over. Number 1534, Talea Park Night Divine, GC Equestrian and Barbara Barr from Gwenabar in Queensland, ridden by Adam Oliver. Our judge, Amanda Peters from New South Wales, assessing each and every horse for its soundness. That is, that it exhibits no sign of soreness, irregularity of paces, unevenness of paces. For its manners, that it behaves in a manner befitting a show horse. That its paces are true, ground covering and accurate and light across the ground. For its presentation, for its show ring presence, for everything that epitomizes the show horse of today. That was Talea Park Night Divine, GC Equestrian and Barbara Barr, and the Gents Galloway was ridden by Adam Oliver. Now what will happen? Slightly changed from usual format in that our judge now will make her decision, advise our stewards, and the champion will be sashed. The horse that got second to that particular horse in its individual class will be waiting. Several second place getters will be waiting in the wings to see that whoever wins, if they were in the class, if they got second to that horse in the individual class, they have the right to come out and compete against the other first place getters for the chance at reserve champion. But this is the moment we have been waiting for. Our judge, Amanda Peters, just giving instructions to the chairman of the horse committee, Denise Ovens. All seven beautiful Galloways, all seven have qualified. Only one can be the champion to wear this magnificent garland, whose name will go on for prosperity onto this trophy.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, while we come back to Carol for the announcement very soon of the champion, just on the far side of the arena, all the parents and the families over there will certainly acknowledge those lovely young lady riders, young girl riders, 609. It mightn't be at the correct time, but we'll certainly do that. And also the Welsh ponies down here, we certainly acknowledge them too when we time permits. For class 517, the Welsh pony mare gelding section B over 12
Just waiting for directions from the officials to make sure that we announce the perfect horse, the horse that has won this year's 2015 Champion Galloway. Riders waiting anxiously on their horses. Connections in the stands, fingers crossed. We will have a result very shortly.
And Carol, here can we welcome down there today, we welcome Mr. Jeff Vanderfield to present the Jeff Whidden Memorial Perpetual Trophy for the Australian National Champion Galloway. We also welcome the wonderful presenters for the Oakwood products. We have Rachel Enborough down there as well, for representing Mr. Jeff Sill, Oakwood, Genevieve Everingham and Chevelle Ruggs. Very warm welcome to Genevieve Everingham and Mr. Mark Nicholas from White Horse Equestrian for the product prize for the Australian National Reserve Champion, supported by White Horse Equestrian. And it's back down to Carol Hugan.
Thank you, Angus. Well, the horses are coming around to stand behind the winner's horseshoe as we wait anxiously for the result of this class. fanfare. Can we have a fanfare? And the fanfare signals the winner, the Australian national champion, Galloway Hack for 2015, is exhibit number 1548, Royalwood, Chorus of Love, E and G Geary and L Cleary of Ballan in Victoria, and ridden by Lorraine Haffer. Congratulations to our champion. This champion is a first-time champion at the Royal Easter Show, just being presented with that magnificent garland. The sash is around the beautiful neck of this Royalwood Chorus of Love. Our Deputy Ringmaster, Mr. John Bennett, is holding the magnificent trophy. Angus, perhaps you could describe this trophy to us. Some of the names are awe-inspiring.
Thanks very much, Carol Hugham. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the bronze horse raised on a timber plinth. This is the Jeff Wooden Memorial Perpetual Trophy, and Mr. Wooden served for many years as Chief Steward of the Galloways, Chief Marshalling Steward. He was also Chairman of the Arts and Crafts and member of the Horticultural Show Wines and Spirits Committees. Awarded to the Australian National Champion Galloway. And Mr. Wooden was the RAS Council 1947 to 62, RAS Vice President from 1962 to 1973. And ladies and gentlemen, when we look back at the champion, last year was Royalwood opening night with Joe Bailey and Michael Christie, Edwina Cullen from Galston, New South Wales, ridden by Michael Christie. The year before that, Jason James rode Royalwood Concerto with Sally Shaw's nomination, and before that was Lee Walsh and Terry Lamley with AP Wizardry. So to let you know about the reserve champion announcement, we'll cross back down to Carol Hugham.
Thank you very much, Mr. Angus Lane, and a very excited group of presenters here, putting the rug, the magic royal rug, on this beautiful, beautiful winner of our champion Galloway.
Hang on, we'll just let this happen first.
We just take some photographs. We are waiting in the wings for the announcement of the reserve champion, which will be very shortly. We do congratulate all of the horses in the lineup here. Magnificent horses, each and every one, and on any given day it could go any way. So we do congratulate you all. Fanfare, please. And the reserve champion for 2015 goes to exhibit number 1211, Westwood's Magic Castle ET, Margaret and Melanie Burns and Diane Banks from Pakenham South in Victoria. And this beautiful Galloway ridden by Bryony Payne. Congratulations to our remaining Galloways, a wonderful lineup for this year's Royal Easter Show. The sash just being put around the neck, and this particular horse was the winner of class 586, the open heavyweight Galloway, over 14.2 and not exceeding 15 hands.
And Carol, we'd like to say a very special thank you to Mr. Mark Nicholas from White Horse Equestrian for the product prize for the Australian National Reserve Champion Galloway, supported by White Horse Equestrian. And last year, our reserve champion went to San Lira Talk of the Town with Bryony Payne and Jerry Ochman from Mildura, ridden by Bryony Payne. And the year before that was AP Wizardry and Lee Walsh. 2012 was San Lira Talk of the Town with Bryony Payne. So Bryony Payne, who also was competing today or riding today, she's certainly been placed in this many times. And Rathoan Envy, Nikki Jamison was reserved 2011. Back to Carol.
Thank you so much. And also on that trophy was the name of a horse called Royal Routine, who was the horse of our judge today, Amanda Peters. So here they go, our 2015 Australian national champion and reserve Galloway. Put your hands together for them now, folks. They are magnificent. They deserve your approval. They are absolutely superb.
So as they're parading out of the arena, ladies and gentlemen, come on, put your hands together for them. Our champion, reserve champion, give them a big round of applause. And Tim Driverman has another result to acknowledge down here in front of the big screen.
Certainly do. Thank you, Angus. From class number 517, the Welsh Pony Mare or Gelding, Section B, over 12 2 hands. And congratulations to the winner, catalogue 2307, Evanvara Park Candyman, exhibited by Caitlin Centre. Second place, congratulations to catalogue number 1106, Imperial Pascal, exhibited by the Barlow family and Knight family. Third place, going to catalogue number 2372, Imperial Musket, exhibited by Miss Brooke Stevenson and Mr. Alex and Mrs. Christine Stevenson. Fourth place, congratulations to catalogue number 1724, Bambara Lady Jodie, exhibited by Johnson and Johnson McNeil and the Corrington family from Dubbo in New South Wales. Fifth place went to catalogue number 2415, Owendale Rembrandt, exhibited by Francine Treneman and Mrs. Kate Treneman Duncan and family. And sixth place going to catalogue number 1987, Imperial Jolene, exhibited by Irene Morton and Lily Morani from Heyman Trace in New South Wales.
Well, Tim, we have another result too, and this is for the Open Girl Rider, 6 years and under 9, class 796. And first place goes to catalogue number 2676, Emma Hutchison. Congratulations, Emma, from Lake Wyangan in New South Wales. Second place, catalogue 2822, Elizabeth Taylor from Fitzroy Falls, New South Wales. In third place went to catalogue 2838, Madison Belanda from Razorback, New South Wales. Fourth place, catalogue 2690, Eliza Carney from Daruka, New South Wales. Fifth place to catalogue number 2603, Georgia Ray Corral, Wilberforce, New South Wales. And in sixth place, congratulations all the way from Wagga Wagga, is Lucy May Goodyear. So congratulations, Lucy May. Well done in sixth place. And also that champion, the champion Galloway Hack, Royalwood Chorus of Love, was sired by Royalwood Boy Soprano out of the dam Sunsmart. And the reserve champion was Westwood's Magic Cast Ichi, sired by Oakvale Serenade out of the dam Pure Cast. So that just gives you a little history of the lovely breeding of those two beautiful exhibits. Well, ladies and gentlemen, over in the front of the Cumberland stand, we have our class now being judged as class 795. And class 795 is the Open Girl Rider, 9 years and under 12 years of age. Robbie Soster is our judge. And just while we're waiting for our next championship to be decided, we'll take a break in the Spotless Stadium and bring you a special message from our sponsors on the big screen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, down here in front of the big screen, we have another one of our beautiful Welsh pony classes being judged down there, and this is class 518 being judged. And 518 is the Welsh mare or gelding, section C and D. Sarah Barker is our judge this year. I'd just like to pay say a big thank you to a wonderful man there, Mr. John Weil, who was the, I think John's been elected as the president of the Welsh Ponies, the Eastern New South Wales, the riding pony group of the Welsh Pony and Cob Society of Australia. You know, they're beautiful, the Welsh ponies, and magnificent history. And also anyone interested in, for their children in buying one, they have a journal that's printed every year, the Welsh Pony and Cob Society of Australia. And I really recommend that. It tells you about every state of Australia. It gives you a list of all the studs as well. And I do commend that if you're not a member, you join up and support them. And also you can read all about who's in charge and where they're from. In fact, for the last few years, Jan Butfield, and she's the wife of the late David Butfield, who was ringmaster of the Perth Royal Show for many years. Jan has been the national president. Lovely lady who's done much to enhance the continuation of the success of the Welsh Pony and Cob Society of Australia Incorporated. And also there's so many stories in the book. There's all the stud names as well. So like the Riding Pony Association Society that's celebrating 40 years this year, the Welsh Pony and Cob Society certainly do themselves proud. So we do commend that to you. If you're interested in buying a pony for your children, I'll tell you what, you'd never buy better than buying a beautiful Welsh pony. And, you know, the Welsh ponies, they're versatile, they're ideal for the growing child, then has the spirit and endurance to challenge an adult. And today, Welsh ponies and cobs can be found competing in nearly every discipline, including hunting, driving, dressage, combined training, combined driving, English, Western pleasure, and heavy harness. So just to give you an idea, Section A is for the Welsh pony, is also known as the Welsh mountain pony, an animal of great beauty and refinement with substance, stamina, soundness of his ancestors. Section B, with all the physical and personality characteristics of the Section A, is the Welsh pony was originally added to meet the demand for a larger riding type pony. And Section B ponies, it's just so wonderful to see the quality of them. And they're known also for their elegant movement, athletic ability, but still retain the substance and hardiness of their foundation, Section A. And then we go to the Welsh Cob C and D, another of the native breeds of Wales, and the Welsh Cob was part of a string of mounts for the British Knights during the 15th century. And to this day, the forceful ground-covering trot of the Cob is legendary. Their substance made them popular mounts for the British infantry and for pulling heavy guns, equipment through rugged terrain up until, well, I suppose the 1920s or 30s, prior to the automobile. The Welsh Cob was the quickest transport for doctors and businessmen. So the Welsh C is also, of course, very successful, a big, strong, hardy and active with pony character, and the Welsh D of Cob type is a strong, powerful animal, and of course the ideal mount, as I said, for young children. So if you're looking for a pony, I do commend to you the beautiful Welsh ponies, and girls and boys that are here, those lovely Welsh ponies you see down in front of the big screen. One gentleman that is very much involved with breeding beautiful Welsh ponies, he had his stud base down in Tasmania, is now in the mainland up near Taree, is Dr. Harry Cooper. And Dr. Harry Cooper, he loves the Welsh mountain ponies as well. So, and we welcome some very special ladies over there near the big screen too. I'd imagine from that are here today, ladies that do so much for the community too, and I'd imagine that they're from one of the dioceses, maybe from the Catholic Church down here in Sydney. To those lovely ladies over there, to the sisters, welcome to you today. I hope you have a wonderful day too, and God bless you on this beautiful Easter Monday. And of course, yesterday was a very special day, celebrating also here. We had a lovely church service, part of the Sydney Royals to show yesterday morning too. Well, folks, what a magnificent class we have right over the far side of the arena. And that class is of the young ladies, class 795. 795, as I mentioned before, is the open girl rider, 9 years and under 12. So we cater for everyone. We had the leading rein class, and then earlier today we had the open girl rider, 6 years and under 9. And we've had also the girl riders earlier today as well, during the early part of the day. And isn't it wonderful to welcome the parents and the grandparents and the families, the brothers, the sisters. Boy, oh boy, you really do yourselves proud. So great to see you all. And it's so big and so number-wise over there that it's been divided up into 2 or 3 divisions. I'd just like to pay tribute to the magnificent ladies of the New South Wales, the Country Women's Association that do so much. So last night I met a group of them staying at the same hotel here in Sydney at Parramatta, and I do say a big thank you to them. Congratulations to them on all that they provide to make the New South Wales, your state, a better state. And we welcome into the arena now, ladies and gentlemen, following our very distinguished green coat mounted steward, and that is those eligible for this very special class coming up this afternoon. And this is for the champion hack, the champion national hack. And that very distinguished gentleman in the green coat is a wonderful man. That's Mr. Cliff Parker from Wallalong near Newcastle. He's been a green coat for 41 years. So congratulations, Cliff. Well done. And I think you've done an amazing 41 years. Isn't that wonderful? Mr. Bob Drew from Tamworth is our head green coat. He's been here for 25 years. Tom Steger he's an ordnance officer. Narromine, he's been a green coat for 23 years. Clint Parker, Mr. Cliff Parker's son, a station hand at Merriwa. He's been a green coat for 13 years. Steve Mile, a plant operator from Armidale. He's been a green coat for 2 years. Steve Wells, a farrier from Gundawindi. He's been here for 2 years. And Mike Rowland, who's the manager of ALEC, that magnificent complex at Tamworth, is his first year as green coat, and he's interested in tent pegging. And Tim Driverman will introduce you to tent pegging after all the magnificent championships here today. So we certainly wish all these magnificent exhibits all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Special Class 579, the Australian National Champion and Reserve Champion hack at this year's 2015 Sydney Royal Easter Show. And we'll let you know more about that very soon, as Tim Driverman has another result of these beautiful Welsh ponies down here, class, right in front of the big screen.
Thank you, Angus. Certainly do have results now of class number 518. The Welsh mare or gelding, section C or D. And congratulations to the winner, catalogue number 1906, Burrower Bobby Sock, exhibited by Joanne Maunder from Corder here in Sydney. Second place, congratulations to catalogue number 2432, Kenda Park, Wishful Thinking, exhibited by Melinda Turgeon from Talong, down there just outside of Goulburn. Well done to our winner, Joanne Maunder, and second place there, Melinda Turgeon, with their beautiful Welsh mare or gelding, section C or D.
Thanks very much, Tim Driverman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mackay Memorial Perpetual Cup, donated by the late Margaret Pennyfather. What a beautiful lady. Margaret was a councillor down here, and Jamie Mackay, in memory of the late Kim Mackay and Phil Mackay. And the J.D. McLeod Memorial Perpetual Prize. This prize is derived from interest on a capital sum donated by the RAS of New South Wales by the late Mr. J.D. McLeod. And there's the RAS of New South Wales Award of Excellence Medallion, a cash prize of $3,000, a rug supported by Arthur J. Culliger, and garland supported by the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. The Reserve Champion product prize supported by White Horse Equestrian. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're just parading out down there in front of the member stand and the Sutter stand. We certainly wish them well. It's an absolute honour to see this magnificent class. In fact, there should be, I think, 8 exhibits or 9 exhibits down there. And there's 8 there, and there's a special reason for that Carol Hugh will let you know about when she introduces them to you. So we'll cross down now to the Spotless Stadium, and to let you know about this magnificent championship, the Australian National Champion Reserve Champion hack. It's once again a very good afternoon, and to all our guests around the world and right throughout Australia, welcome here to the Spotless Stadium as we cross down to Carol Hugan.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane, and welcome everyone. We are really keeping our fingers crossed that the rain has had a pause and allowed these magnificent hacks to make their way onto the arena. Our judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney, this afternoon looking absolutely beautiful in black and apricot. She is no stranger to the world of show horses. She has won just about every award possible, including numerous Gary Owens show horse classes, hacking, riding, dressage, and very, very knowledgeable and capable in the racing world as well, the world of thoroughbreds. Today, she is going to be selecting from these magnificent candidates our champion hack and reserve for 2015. Each of these horses out here on the arena have qualified to come here from various parts of Australia. That means they have been successful horses within the realms of agricultural shows and various prestigious shows throughout their own area. They qualify to come here and then they compete in their individual classes, including the open hack over 15, not exceeding 15 hands, open hack over 15-2, not exceeding 16 hands, open hack over 16, not exceeding 16 hands, and the open hack over 16 hands. Also are the ladies' hack over 15 with a lady rider 17 and over. The gentleman's hack over 15 hands ridden by a gentleman 17 and over. And the child's hack over 15 hands ridden by a child 12 and under 17 years. Also contenders for this prestigious event are the winner of the Colonel A.V. Pope Silver Perpetual Cup for Best Hack over 15-2, showing thoroughbred qualities, as is also the F.L. Crane Perpetual Cup Best Mare or Filly over 15, not exceeding 16 hands, for mares or fillies showing thoroughbred qualities. Each one of these classes have representatives here, except for the fact that classes have been won by the same horse. So that's why we have one less horse than the number of classes qualified. One contender has won both the ladies' hack over 15 hands and the Colonel A.V. Pope Silver Perpetual Cup. Each one getting the opportunity to just come out and have a stretch, to warm up, to get the feel of this wonderful event that's going to come. When you come out of the sidelines and you come out onto this arena, you can feel the atmosphere. You feel the vibes of your friends and family and neighbours that are in the stands watching, all the supporters, all the famous people of the past that come here for the watching of this very prestigious champion hack. You need to let the horses settle, to not have those vibes worry them, to give them a little reassurance as they go out there. They have been given a workout by our judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney, and I do believe it could well even be a free workout with some specific requirements in it. So we will look forward to seeing each and every one of these riders take the horses out on the arena and try to do the best they can to impress our judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney. The riders, not necessarily the owners of the horses. We will, because these horses have won throughout the show, their names have been announced, everybody knows who they are, and we are going to announce them. We don't normally do that, but we are doing that this year, as this event is live streamed throughout the world, and we want everyone to be equally as proud of our Australian show horses. So we will be bringing out each horse. We will be naming the horse, the class that they qualified in, and the rider. The first horse to work will be from class 570, the open hack over 15 hands and not exceeding 15-2. The catalogue number is 2000, and the horse, Coal Beach Roulette, nominated by Kathleen Mullen from Melton in Victoria and ridden by Kathleen Mullen. I do ask you in the stand, particularly those people watching from directly behind these horses, please do not clap as each horse works. We appreciate your support, but these are highly bred, highly prepared, volatile horses. We want everyone to have a chance to compete without being unsettled by excessive noise. So please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please do not clap until after this event has been completed and they make their way around the track. You will have ample chance then to show your appreciation. So once again, if you look up on the big screen, you will see that we have the name and the exhibit number. And this particular horse was the winner of Class 570, the open hack, over 15 hands and not exceeding 15.2. Exhibit number 2000, Coal Beach Roulette, owned and ridden by Kathleen Mullen of Melton in Victoria. Please do not clap, ladies and gentlemen. We do ask that you keep your clapping to a minimum so not to unsettle the horses in front of you. Thank you so much. So the horse that just worked was number 2000, Coal Beach Roulette. And now in front of our judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney, we have exhibit number 1409. This is from Class 578, the FL Crane Perpetual Cup for the best mare or filly over 15, not exceeding 16 hands, showing thoroughbred qualities, and this is Tavita, nominated by Belinda Dicker from Coralyn in Victoria and ridden by Bryony Payne. So in the past, this particular class, the FL Crane, was for a lower height range, and it meant that whichever height the horse was that won this class went into the respective Galloway or hack class. But now this particular class is for best mares or fillies over 15 and not exceeding 16 hands. So the winner in this instance, 1409, Tavita, automatically then qualifies for the champion hack. Show horses reflect the traditions of the past. Their origins are from England, where the people of society in those days showed their place, their status in society by coming out perhaps to ride in Hyde Park or Rotten Row, as it was called, the bridle path around that particular park. And it showed it established their place in society according to their position. It was networking of the past. If you had a a daughter you wanted to find a suitable suitor for. You made those connections when you were out showing off your beautiful horses, your refined clothing. The horses were beautifully presented. That exhibit that just worked was number 1409, the winner of Class 578, the FL Crane Perpetual Trophy. It was Tavita, nominated by Belinda Dicker and ridden by Bryony Payne. And now working comes the winner of Class 571, the open hack, over 15.2 and not exceeding 16 hands. The winner of the Tony Haynes Memorial Perpetual Trophy. This is exhibit number 1913, Mikimoto. Bailey and Christie and Sandra McCann's nomination from the Oaks in New South Wales and ridden by Michael Christie. And the particular class that this exhibit was the winner of for open hacks over 15.2 and not exceeding 16 hands was a memorial trophy. Tony Haynes himself was a wonderful horseman, showed for the Fields family of show horses in the past, and that particular class has a memorial perpetual trophy in honour of the late Tony Haynes. The class was won by 1913. The horse now working, Mikimoto, Bailey and Christie and Sandra McCann's nomination. They are from the Oaks in New South Wales, and the horse is ridden by Michael Christie. That was number 1913, Mikimoto, ridden by Michael Christie. Please keep your clapping to a minimum, not to unsettle the other horses in the lineup. Coming forward now is exhibit number 1907. This is from class number 574, the ladies' hack, over 15 hands, ridden by a lady 17 years and over. That was for the Cézanne Memorial Annual Trophy. This horse was also the winner of class number 577, the Colonel A.V. Pope Silver Perpetual Cup for the best hack, over 15.2, showing thoroughbred qualities. And the horse, number 1907, Kakadu, ridden by Joanne Maunder from Corder in New South Wales.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We'd just like to recognise right over the far side of the arena too, class 795. To all those young ladies, congratulations on your presentation as well. So all those competing in the Open Girl Rider 9 years under 12.
Thank you, Angus. And one of the classes that this horse was successful in was the Cézanne Memorial Annual Trophy. Cézanne was the horse of Anne-Louise Hooker. It was a very successful hack from the past, and she has given a memorial trophy for this particular individual class won by this horse, who also 1 Class 577, the Colonel A.V. Pope Silver Perpetual Cup for the best hack over 15.2, showing thoroughbred qualities. So the horse, number 1907, Kakadu, owned and ridden by Joanne Maunder of Corder in New South Wales. So people watching from all over the world as we showcase our very prestigious class here, our champion hack for 2015 at the Royal Easter Show. Many people from other countries may be familiar with dressage, which is an Olympic discipline. The difference here is that in dressage, it is done in a preset sized arena, usually 20 by 60 meters. Here we have a beautiful big open arena for the horse to work on. There are not specific markers. It is left to the discretion of the riders to show the horse's paces. In dressage, the workout is set beforehand. The test is printed before the competitor arrives. They know exactly what they're going to do. Here it is at the discretion of the judge as to what she needs to see. Different things are taken into account. Yes, the horse's manners and paces and education, but also its quality is the major thing to take account of. Its presentation, everything is taken into account, and the horse just making its way back to the line is number 1907, Kakadu, owned and ridden by Joe Maunder from Corder in New South Wales, winners of Class 574 and 577. And approaching the judge at the moment is exhibit number 2444, the winner of Class 572, the open hack over 16 and not exceeding 16 hands. And the horse is High Fashion, Sienna Vasilopoulos and GC Equestrian from Kangaroo Ground, Victoria, and ridden by Sienna Vasilopoulos. The judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney, is no stranger to the world of show horses. She has been one of the most highly awarded riders I think there has ever been in the world of show horses. Successful in riding, hack classes, equipment, turnout, all sorts of different horses she's been successful on. The prestigious Gary Owen Award in Melbourne, she's won, I think, at least 4 times. She is also very involved in the world of thoroughbred and is much admired and respected in the world of equestrian all over Australia. So a very knowledgeable eye, looking at the horse to assess its soundness. And that means that it doesn't display any indications of being perhaps a little sore, perhaps a little unhappy, perhaps a little irregular or uneven in stride. That is first and foremost the job of our judge, because the judges are the horse's last line of defense, and of course the most important thing is that the horse is perfectly sound, as we call it. Then she assesses its overall construction. As we said before, you don't buy a house because of the colour of the paint. You buy it for a purpose. Well, it has to stand up to that purpose, and that can only happen if the horse is put together in such a way that there's likely not to be any excessive stresses or strains on parts that are out of alignment, etc. So the skeletal composition, the conformation of the horse is assessed. Its paces, the way it moves, the way it covers the ground, the way it has 3 nice paces with perhaps lengthening within that, and the overall presence and performance of the horse as a whole. So that was exhibit number 2444, High Fashion, Sienna Vasilopoulos and GC Equestrian from Kangaroo Ground in Victoria, ridden by Sienna Vasilopoulos. And now we come to exhibit number 1539, 1536. 1536 has come from class 575, the gentleman's hack over 15 hands. For gentlemen 17 years and over, and the exhibit is 1536, black tie, GC Equestrian and Gemma Heron from Gwenaba in Queensland and ridden by Philip Boblick. As we said, the judge has at her discretion, she can ask for whichever workout she feels is required to make a decision in this class. It can be a specific workout, or it can be at the rider's discretion to do their own workout within certain parameters that she would have specified. From the gentleman's hack class, class 575, comes exhibit number 1536, black tie, GC Equestrian and Gemma Heron of Gwenaba in Queensland and ridden by Philip Boblick. Horses are living creatures, so nothing is predictable. You can have the horse going perfectly at home, come out here into this arena, and just as we said, they can have an off day or something can upset them or unsettle them. So you never really know just how they're going to perform. You can do everything you can and you keep yourself nice and relaxed so the horse doesn't get upset, and you just hope that everything works fine, nothing happens to upset the horse. And the rider, these riders are very, very experienced and capable, not necessarily the owners always. The owner or the nominator of the horse can put any rider they wish onto these horses, providing, of course, that rider's age is acceptable to be riding horses of this size. So that was 1536, black tie, ridden by Philip Boblick. And the next horse to go comes from class 576, the child's hack over 15 hands for a child 12 and under 17 years. And this is exhibit number 1078, Humphrey Bear, BRS and Bryn Clark and Peyton Daniel and the Passeri twins from Bensville in New South Wales. And Humphrey Bear is ridden by Bryn Clark. This is the big event at the Royal Easter Show. We've had so many classes to date. We've had all our wonderful harness horses in, our light harness and our delivery horses. We've had horses of every breed imaginable and more to come. We've had riders competing in their riding competitions. We've had the New South Wales Mounted Police Force, the oldest, longest running mounted police force in the world, competing in their individual classes and presenting magnificent displays of musical ride. We've had polo, we've had camp drafting, we've had rodeo, we've had all events imaginable. Over 33,500 livestock exhibits here for the 2 weeks of the Royal Easter Show. We've had magnificent show jumping, world-class FEI events that have been streamed also throughout the world. And many more breeds to come, from the diminutive miniature ponies right up to the giant shires and everything in between. But these are the creme de la creme, the modern show horse of today. And they are volatile animals. They are very highly fed, conditioned and prepared. They have to have that exuberant look at me quality, and you just hope that that is coupled with temperament and training that allows it to show its best without actually losing the plot, as we say. And we're so delighted that the rain has held away for all of these wonderful exhibits to have a chance to show what they can do. So just coming back to the judge now is number 1078, Humphrey Bear. Humphrey Bear, the winner of Class 576, the child's hack over 15 hands, with the child 12 and under 17. So Humphrey Bear, 1078, BRS and Bryn Clark and Peyton Daniel and the Passeri twins from Bensville in New South Wales. And Humphrey Bear was ridden by Bryn Clark. And the next competitor comes from Class 573. This is for open hacks over 16 2 hands. And the winner was 1795, Accelerate. Mark Kenzig, Victoria Gorst and Vicky Berwick from Romsey in Victoria. And Accelerate is ridden by Mark Kenzig.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just while we're watching this last one, we'll just go right across to the far side of the arena in front of the Cumberland stand. Class 795 for these beautiful young ladies, the Open Girl Riders, 9 years and under 12. First place to catalogue 2643. And I know the mums and dads over there, put your hands together for Gracie Goodyear from Wagga Wagga. Second to Hannah Buffton and catalogue number 2585 from Victoria. Third to catalogue 2698, all the way from South Australia, Katie Kairos. In fourth place to catalogue 2605, Bronte Dagg. And from New South Wales, fifth place to catalogue 2784, Becky Robertson. And she's from New South Wales. Sixth to 2847, Alexandra Waltz from Victoria, Toorak. And seventh to 2618, Jamie Alice Jordan from Murrumbidgee. So congratulations, Gracie Goodyear from Wagga Wagga, the winner of that class. Well done. Back to Carol.
Thank you very much, Angus. And some of the most experienced and capable show horse riders in the country today are aboard these wonderful horses. The horse working at the moment, the winner of the Open Hack, over 16 2 hands, 1795. Accelerate. Mark Kenzig, Victoria Gorst and Vicky Berwick. It's nomination from Romsey in Victoria and ridden here today by Mr. Mark Kenzig. So each of these individual winners has had the opportunity to show their horse off. I believe that our judge, Mrs. Helen Hegney, allowed a free workout, asked for some specific requirements, but allowed the riders to be creative, to do the workout that will show the horse at its best, in the hope that they can impress us sufficiently to win the 2015 Champion Hack. And the final horse now 1795, Accelerate, with Mark Kenzick on board. Please keep the clapping a little low key until the event is over. We don't want to upset the other horses in the lineup. We do appreciate your appreciation of the horses, but please, these are volatile horses. They are the creme de la creme, highly fed, highly conditioned. We want to just keep them all settled and safe until the presentations are over. They will make their lap around the arena and then go for it, Sydney, Australia. You can then show your appreciation of the best horse flesh in the show horse world today. As the horses come into the lineup and wait for the official decision, I'd like to say a poem that I have written especially for horse lovers in this particular event. It's called Have You? Have you ever owned a creature that could thrill you to the bone? One once arrogant, defiant, one whose soul becomes your own? Felt the power of the panther and the lightness of a bird, known a silent, secret language more effective than a word? Felt the drift of acquiescence at the flexing of a muscle, known the pleasure of a lifestyle free from city smoke and bustle, had the thrill of reckless riding across a country wild and free, felt a kindred spirit's pounding heart right there beneath your knee. Have you criticized or cursed some deed or action that's been shown, then been humbled by the knowledge that the fault was all your own? Have you had the satisfaction of successes, large or small? Then you must have done the hard yards to deserve them, one and all. Has your livelihood depended on a daunting job to do, and thank God for his creation of a partner tried and true? Have you heard a gentle nicker, had him nuzzle through your hair? Have you felt as if you're flying up where only eagles dare? Known the fear and found the courage, known you had to see it through, learnt life's lessons from a being with a different point of view, had a friend who keeps on listening when you never say a word, never grudges, never judges, just as if he hasn't heard. If you've never tasted freedom, rode the range or cleared the course, put your hand on living velvet and had comfort from its source, then you've never known the magic of the horse. We just wait for the official results to go through to our marvellous folk in ring control to confirm that the numbers are correct, that all is absolutely correct, the right horse in the right class and the right result. And then we will announce this very, very special class. We do ask you, I know you want to show your appreciation, but please save it until they do their lap of honour, just for everybody's safety and to allow these horses to have their presentation with safety. Thank you so much for your consideration of that.
Well, Carol Hukin, there's some very special awards to be presented too, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the Mackay Memorial Perpetual Cup, donated by the late Margaret Pennyfather and Jamie Mackay in memory of the late J.K. Ken and Phil Mackay. And they'll receive for themselves a lovely Sterling Silver Cup, donated by Mrs. Margaret Pennyfather and Jamie Mackay in memory of their parents. That's J.K. Ken and Phil Mackay, first presented in 1996. Both Ken and Phil were champion equestrians in hacking, camp drafting and polo. Together at the Cairngorm and Dungog, they started an equestrian empire of horses that won in every field they entered. They were heavily involved with the RAS of New South Wales, and within Dungog district, Ken Mackay was chairman of the horse committee for 20 years. Mr. and Mrs. Mackay gave 42 years of service to the RAS. Ken died in 1995 and Phil in 1985. Awarded for the Australian National Champion hack, John Kenneth Ken Mackay, RAS Councillor 1948 to 1962, Assistant Deputy Ringmaster 1951 to 1959, RAS Ringmaster 1960 to 1984, the RAS Vice President 1962 to 1993, and RAS Honorary Vice President 1993 to 1995.
And the Sydney Royal Easter Show 2015 Australian National Champion Hack is exhibit number 1913, Mickey Moto and Michael Christie, the nomination of Bailey and Christie and Sandra McCann from the Oaks in New South Wales and ridden by Michael Christie.
And that's the second year in a row, Carol Hukin. They've won this award, so congratulations to them. 2 years in a row.
A huge congratulations to all the connections, to the owners, to the strappers behind the scene. It's a team effort to get a horse of this level into the very prestigious Royal Easter Show. And I'm sure that the owners, Bailey and Christie and Sandra McCann from the Oaks in New South Wales, would really like to thank so many of the helpers who've made it possible for this horse to be here. To the rider, Michael Christie, a huge congratulations to all the other horses in the lineup. You are all winners. We love you all. We will be very shortly bringing forward the horse possible for our reserve champion, as is only fair. When the winner has been decided, the horse that came second to that horse in the individual class is called forward for the opportunity to compete for reserve. His breastplate number 2180. We will have that a little more in a moment, but we are now making the presentations to our champion, Mickey Moto.
Well, Carol Hukin down there for the presentation. As I said, it's for this very prestigious award. We do say thank you to the representatives. We have the Arthur J. Gallagher Prize for the rug for the Australian National Champion Hack, supported by Arthur J. Gallagher. And we have Mr. Ergon and for the presentation as well. Thank you very much to him. And we also welcome today to, ladies and gentlemen, the representatives for the award of the Excellence Medallion. Thank you very much to the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. And thank you to the RAS, the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, for the beautiful garland as well. And White Horse Equestrian, they're presenting products for our reserve champion. So it's back down to Carol Hukin.
Thank you very much, Angus. And being escorted into the arena now by our fabulous green coat stewards is the horse that came second to the champion. And this horse is catalogue number 2180, India Povey's nomination, Lyndham Park Jimmy Chew from Cooma in New South Wales. While this beautiful horse, Mickey Moto, is standing here in the champion circle, wearing the beautiful garland of the champion hack for 2015, the others are waiting as we allow Jimmy Chew a chance to warm up on the arena. Then the rider, India Povey, rider and owner of Lyndham Park, Jimmy Chew, will be given the opportunity to also do a workout. And from that, we will ascertain who is the reserve champion, because it's quite possible that the class that the champion came from was an even stronger class than the other individual classes that were eligible for this championship. So the second place getter gets to do a workout that is compared to the workouts of the other horses standing around the horseshoe of the winner's circle. Now, Linden Park Jimmy Choo has completed the workout with India Povey on board, the owner and rider of this horse. And Mrs. Helen Hegney will make her decision, and the announcement of the reserve champion for 2015 will be made very shortly. No, it was only the warm-up, I believe, Angus, so that horse is now going out to work. And as soon as it has completed the workout, the announcement will be made. We do appreciate your patience and indulgence, folks, in not disrupting the other horses standing in the line. Thank you so much. You will have ample opportunity when those wonderful horses make their lap of honour around the Sydney Showground.
And also, Carol, just while the opportunity, while the second place getter is working out for reserve champion, ladies and gentlemen, we just draw your attention right over in front of the Cumberland Stand as well. Will be we have special class 798, the junior champion reserve, junior champion girl rider, and that's where they'll come from for the future champions. And we also have a champion being decided down here for our champion, reserve champion ridden Welsh pony. So special class 519, the champion, reserve champion, ridden Welsh pony, goes to catalogue number 1645, Eagle Park Casino, Lynn Hine. Congratulations. Lovely exhibit, lovely pony from Landillo, New South Wales. And that's Landilo. So second place, or runner-up, the reserve champion, not the runner-up, but the reserve champion goes to 1906. And that was Baroa, Bobby Sox, with Joanne Maunders' nomination from Cawdor in New South Wales. Congratulations. Two beautiful exhibits. Congratulations to them. Mr. John Wild is down there for the presentation. We thank you, sir, for being here today, and thank you for all the support that your wonderful Welsh Pony Association gives to these beautiful ponies here today too, from right throughout the whole day. The Eastern New South Wales Riding Pony Group of the Welsh Pony and Cub Society of Australia Incorporated.
So the horses waiting behind the horseshoe of the winner's circle include Coal Beach Roulette, High Fashion, Accelerate, Kakadu, Black Tie, Humphrey Bear, Tavita, and now Linden Park Jimmy Choo. From those horses will be selected our reserve champion.
And our junior champion girl rider receives the March Holloway Memorial Perpetual Trophy. We'll let you know more about that when the
settle.
decision is made. I just take the opportunity of congratulating Michael Christie and Joe Bailey, but Michael Christie particularly. Michael wasn't well last year, and he's just been amazing, the recovery, and it's always a pleasure to see them both. So congratulations to you. And we'll cross down to Carol Hugan for the announcement of the reserve champion.
Well, our wonderful stewards down here are working tirelessly to get these results through. We thank you for your patience, and particularly to the other horses who've been absolutely marvellous. Magnificent lineup of horses have stood patiently by while we wait for this result to come through. We do extend our congratulations and our thank you to each and every one of you.
And also, Carol, we say a very special thank you to the wonderful people associated with the J.D. McLeod Memorial Perpetual Prize, donated by the late Mr. J.D. McLeod for the Australian National Champion hack over 15 hands. Mr. J.D. McLeod was the Managing Director of Pitt Sons and Baddery. He was a councillor of the Royal Agricultural Society from 1944 to 1958, Vice President 1958 to 1970, and Honorary Vice President from 1970 until his death in 1974. So, ladies and gentlemen, our champion will also very proudly be the winner of the J.D. McLeod Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And also this afternoon, we do welcome all those down there for this very prestigious award. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome those involved with the Arthur J. Gallagher, the prize, the rug for the Australian National Champion hack, supported by Arthur J. Gallagher. So we welcome Mr. Ergun, and thank you to Owen, I think it is, for him to be here. Thank you very much also to the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales for the Award of Excellence Medallion. Also the White Horse Equestrian, Mr. Mark Nicholas. Thank you, Mark, for being here, for all your support right throughout the champion here. And also we have a representative of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales to present the Mackay Memorial Perpetual Cup for the Australian National Champion hat. So it's down to Carol Hugan.
And the reserve champion for 2015 is exhibit number 2444, High Fashion, Sienna Vasilopoulos and GC Equestrian from Kangaroo Ground, Victoria, and ridden by Sienna Vasilopoulos. Congratulations to our champion and reserve for 2015.
Well, Carol Hugan, High Fashion was a champion back in 2013, 2012. That time it was nominated by GC Equestrian and ridden by Adam Oliver and nominated by Janice Elliott from Guanabara in Queensland. So congratulations, the champion in 2012, 2013 and reserve champion 2015. And Mickey Moto, 2 years in a row, folks, is our champion. Congratulations. Back down to Carol.
Thank you very much, Angus Lane. What a wonderful horse. Michael Christie, give us a story.
Oh, thank you so much. What a thrill. I'd like to thank Sandra McCann, who owns this beautiful horse, for giving me the ride, my partner Joe Bailey, and Christine Courtney for all the work she does at home, and my dear friend Sheila Flanders, who's here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael Christie. Thank you to all the connections of these beautiful horses. Sienna, wonderful ride. I bet you're thrilled. This is a beautiful, beautiful mare.
Thank you very much. It was amazing.
She's a woman of few words, but a big smile. So thank you so much. Mrs. Helen Hegney, it's been an absolute delight to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure to judge these horses. They've just been exceptional.
Thank you so much. We've enjoyed everything about these classes and very much having you here.
I haven't always enjoyed having to make the decisions, I can tell you.
No, tough ones.
No, yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, after the photographers are finished, they will do a lap of honour. And this is your chance to show them just exactly how supportive you are of them. They are magnificent animals. Mikimoto and High Fashion make their way out of the arena, escorted by our green coat steward, Mr. Cliff Parker. Thank you very much to all the officials down here. Charlie Hook, Ken Cameron, Chris Eggleton. Come on, Sydney, Australia. These are the creme de la creme, the top show horses in Australia. Put your hands together for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to my lovely wife, Vicky, and Becky, for putting all that information together for Carol Hugh and ourselves. Without them, I can assure you nothing would flow. They put all the information for the big screen. So without that great team behind us here, I can assure you life would be very difficult. Congratulations also to Kakadu, Joanne Maunder, who won the Reserve Champion 2014. Accelerate, that was down there today. Back in 2013 with Alex Berwick and Sarah McMaster. And then we had also DP Amazing, Dale Plum's nomination, won the champion 2011. And it was down there exhibited today too. So the magnificent hacks in the special class 579, Australian National Champion, Reserve Champion hack. Thank you to everyone involved. Congratulations to everyone. And we'll bring you another very special presentation very soon. And it's just as important as our champion hack, I can assure you. And over in the far side of the arena, we have our junior champion and reserve junior champion girl rider. And we have Robbie Soster over there. Thank you very much to all the mums and dads for being here today as well. And just to let you know about this very prestigious award that they're competing for, and this is the Marge Holloway Memorial Perpetual Trophy, donated by the beneficiaries of the estate of the late Marge Holloway out of a desire to have some permanent public record of this remarkable lady. It was first presented in 1992. Marge was a part of the horse scene at the Royal Agricultural Society for many years and was an accomplished and notable horsewoman, winning many trophies in her younger days. Unfortunately, she became crippled, which restricted her riding, but she never lost interest in riding and spent many years in the pony club movement. The trophy itself, depicting a young girl riding a fine horse, was decided upon as it was felt that it was an appropriate memorial to Marge, who had done so much for so many children over the years to teach them and help them become noted riders and lovers of horses. Awarded to the junior champion girl rider, and it was first presented back in 1992. Some magnificent riders whose names have gone to that trophy, and we'll let you know more about that as soon as we receive the results. So congratulations to the mums, the dads, the supporters of all those beautiful young ladies over there. It's certainly a very, very special day for you too. And also, we'd just like to acknowledge and say thank you to the prizes that are going to be donated too for that. The Marge Holloway Memorial Perpetual Trophy. Mr. Nick Gill is over there. Welcome to you, sir. And thank you for your great support. Rachel Enborough is over there on behalf of Oakwood Products as well. And we say a very special thank you to Mr. Jeff Searle for his continued support as well. So it won't be far away. They're just rolling the arena. And once they roll the arena, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's all getting prepared for the tent picking coming your way very soon as well. And tonight we have a wonderful lineup of tent pickers. And we have the teams tonight will be, when they make their way into the arena with Tim Drevin, will be Albury. We have Tamworth. We have the Light Horse, this being the 100 years in paying tribute to the Anzacs. Many of them gave their lives, so each and every one of us could enjoy this beautiful, magnificent Homebush Bay arena, the Spotless Arena, here at the stadium of the Sydney Royal Easter Show. The contribution, the dedication that they gave to make Australia a better nation. We have the Northeast Victorian team too, and we have the City Cowboy Lancers. So they'll be making their way in, and it'll be great for Tim Drevman to introduce you, let you know the scores from last night. We have some great riders that have been, in fact, last year's winner of the Sydney Show and current Australian champions. was the Tamworth team, formed in 1984. This is their 30th year competing at the show. The newly formed team of 10 pickers representing the Australian light horse. We also have Albury and Steve Naness represented Australia and Africa in 2003 and has won the Skill at Arms at Sydney Show for the last 5 years. Northeast Victoria was formed in 2006 and they were the winning team in the Adelaide Royal Show or Adelaide Show and Equitana in 2014. And the City Cowboys, a Queensland team, they've been going for 10 years. So it's great to welcome them. Well, it won't be far away and they'll be making their way around. We'll have the big announcement for you of the champion and reserve champion for these junior girl riders.
Thank you,
over there
Angus Lane.
in front of the Cumberland stand.
Thank you, Angus. I want to, folks, let you know what a wonderful team we have here at Sydney Royal Broadcasting this year. The very amazing velvet voice of broadcasting, Mr. Angus Lane, who is the voice of about 52 shows a year throughout Australia, which includes royal shows, breed national shows, etc. Order of Australia, Father of the Year in Queensland, huge supporter of everything youth, everything agriculture, everything royal show. For your support today, Angus, I cannot thank you enough, and Vicky Lane also. And Tim Dreverman, young Tim, it's his first year broadcasting here at the Royal Easter Show, and he has done an amazing job. The show jumping has never been so alive with his enthusiasm and knowledge. So thank you, Tim and Angus. I shall see you tomorrow. It's been a wonderful day.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Carol Higgin, for doing a wonderful job. Thank you for the beautiful poem you've dedicated today too. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
Yeah, there is. I just salute